Northern stacked illiteracy, jealousy, and greed for oil in the southeast was why Gowon led the war that killed over 3 million Biafrans. What's your reaction?
Blow up, not understanding the reality of the Aburi Accord. It takes an educated and exposed military officer to be able to sit down and digest the Aburi Accord agreement. You know, Ojukwu was well exposed. Ojukwu is one of the best, number one, in fact, the topmost, well-read Oxford graduate, to have had access to Nigeria military. What it means that Ojukwu is the first military graduate in Nigeria to have accessed Nigeria military. So what was Gowon? Gowon was just a local Fulani man, who in the recess of it, who is not supposed to even emerge as the head of state. If not that the person that was supposed to take over when Illiteracy fell flew away, there wouldn't have been need for that. Maybe the polity would have stabilized. So if you look at how somebody that went to school and somebody that did not go to school, the way they reason, the way they manage this, their perception is always wrong. And as at that time, the world, of course, Nigeria as a state has not exposed to that level. Everybody was just, being conservative with the truth. You went to Aburi, the documents are still there. Those documents are still there. It can be verified. I knew when Femi Adesina was the editor of Sun newspaper. Of course, something led him to discover some of the things that led to that Nigeria Biafran war. And he came out and published it. The documents are still there. The reason why Gowon delayed from that agreement was the longer term for crude oil. As simple as that. If not, he would have maintained the agreement he entered with Ojukwu Ojukwu. Even if he doesn't know, it was well interpreted that what we are going to curtail the killing as at that time was purely confederation. Then after 4 years or 5 years of the war, he went and did the same thing he rejected in Aburi by creating 12 states. You can see the wickedness that people are not talking about. Up to today, Nigerian media have not been able to discover the mystery that led to the Nigeria Biafra war. And it is quite understandable that we begin to expose. Thank God for social media anyway. That is the truth, because that was how they came and said that Chukwumanzogu's coup was an Igbo coup. Because the media was controlled by the West. But can somebody come out and tell the whole world now what is trending? That how many years now Gowon has not come out to condemn the killing in the Middle Belt? But at every fora, at every point, at every show, he comes out and tells you how the Nigeria Biafra war went and how over 7 million people, including women and children, died of kwashiorkor, hunger, and genocide. In the reset of things, is there any reason for the war? Why was the Igbos, why did the outside, the Northerners started killing Igbos in the north? The first killing started in 1953. And 3 years after, or thereabout, Nigeria had independence. Few years after independence, they went to war. Check out, they started killing in 1953 till 1967 or thereabout. We must understand that. So the only way to stop the killing is to have a confederation. What is wrong with that?
Which were the details of the Aburi Accord?
Of course, everybody knew. He came back and claimed he didn't know the meaning of the confederation until Awolowo interpreted it to him that you see conspiracy everywhere. And he felt that Ojukwu pulling out, going into confederation, he will not have access to crude oil. But I can publish a secret letter he wrote to the then British government.
Can you give us a snippet?
Yes, I can give you the details.
Details of the context.
Yes, of that letter. If I can remember the name of the man, I still remember the British Prime Minister as at that time, where he wrote a secret letter to demanding, that.
Was it demanding for artillery's support or media fabrication?
What he was trying to do as at that particular time was to alert them that there is need for British government to bring in more arms in exchange of the crude oil. The name of the British Prime Minister is British Prime Minister Harold Wilson. For those of you, I told you that the social media has broken the jinx. The letter was hijacked by intelligence. Exposed where he wrote for arms in exchange and promised that most of the oil block will be ceded to the British government.
Oil that belongs to the southeast, by the way.
No, bro, I'm telling you the conspiracy that went on. And what did the British do? That's already what they wanted, because we knew that there was supposed to be a certain push by the British government using Fulani soldiers in January 1966, even before Zogu school. But the media was not reporting it. All they came out and said, Igbo. When Babangida took over, we did not hear Hausa Q. When Abeta took over, we did not. No, let them go. Okay, the war has been fought. You killed, right? Are you okay with Nigeria now? Go on. It's a very simple thing. Are you okay? But the children that you oppressed have risen. I said Biafra will be like what Israel of tomorrow. The consequences will come with generations. Generations will come, and it will not be funny. Maybe by that time you would have gone. You will not be that. You will not have been. Maybe we will not be in existence anymore. But the record to show that there was a country and what led to that country will be told. The story will be told. If he has agreed on that Aburi, there is no need of going to war. How can you just go to useless war because you want crude oil? That's the thing that Gowon is an illiterate. That's what it means. It's not exposed.
But before I let you go, I need to tell you that Gowon is still your in-law. Don't forget, Gowon has a.
Bros, if I tell you what.
As a wife.
Bros, let me tell you what happened.
No, he denied that child.
No, let me tell you what happened. On the course of raping even women as at that time during the war, they found some of them to be their slave. And from that day, they pretended as if they are marrying them, so that they will be able to create cosmetic picture that Nigeria they are diversified, they are not biased, they are detribalized. How many federal government infrastructures has that marriage brought to the southeast? I'm asking you, are you not a Yoruba man? Go and find out yourself. The funny things people did. Go and find out. These are things you don't even go and check it. And when it was time, when it was time to speak the truth, since you've been hearing about the killing in Middle Belt, have you seen Gowon come out to condemn it? But at every point, at every space, Nigeria Biafra war, how you flew. Unfortunately, the Igbos stood the test of time. Do you know how many countries that supported Nigeria during the war? Which country supported Biafra? Everything that Biafra manufactured, we discovered it by ourselves, without the black man's input. So what are you going to tell me? It took 7 million people from Igbo land with all the conspiracy. Still, how far now? Can anybody come out and tell the whole world now that you can point an Igbo man on the face after coming out of the ashes of civil war, picking nylon on the street and God survived them. And still, God no get shame. Igbo has become a threat to Africa, not only Nigeria. Nigeria is too small for Igbo. Whether they give Igbo man presidency or not, that is not our business. But the reality is that we are not interested in this Gowon's Nigeria. We are not interested. And there's nothing he can do about it.
Before I let you go, I will not end this program without saying that I think the Igbo restoration has been the biggest miracle that happened in the last 60 years, from 20 pounds to billions today.
Yes, yes, because after the war, when we are picking nylon, they say all the things you have, you know, even our property, our brothers they were even denying us. When you come back, you survived the war. I wanted my. It shall not be a property. They went as far as Gowon. God no go forgive Gowon. I'm saying it. God will never forgive him. You rejected Aburi. After the war, you did the same thing they agreed in Aburi by creating 12 states. They were picking nylon. My father told me how after the war they were doing this what they call. Yeah, you understand? They collect, if you have 10 billion I want to say bring it. They give you 20 pounds because he was the Minister of Finance, forgetting that Nzogu would have killed him when he was charged for treason, because Nzogu was the chairman of the committee that was trying him of treason, but he spared his life. They will not come out. The Yorubas will not come out and tell you this one. They will hide it.
You still have to drag the Yorubas into this?
No, I'm telling you, because this is Obi's turn. This Tinubu is occupying. It's as simple as that. He's wearing Obi's shoe in Abuja. Obasanjo was the civilian president from Southwest. Abi? No, I'm asking you now. Are you not a Yoruba man? Is it not Obasanjo ruled as a Yoruba man, a civilian president of Yoruba extraction?
I'm a Nigerian.
No, I'm asking you. Yes, I know you're a Nigerian, but we're talking of facts that has kept Nigeria the way it is today. I'm not saying that anybody cannot come out and be president from anywhere, but at least in fairness of justice and truth, they say come out, they say it be Jagaban. No, the issue where we are now for Abuja, how far?
But I think Peter Obi is doing well, and we should.
No, bro, it's not about Peter Obi is doing well.
I think he's doing well.
No, that is not the issue.
And he's standing a higher chance.
Bro, that is not the issue. That is not the issue. The issue is that there is a conspiracy going on. So, bro, do you know Sanwo-Olu before? Have you heard about Sanwo-Olu? The powers that be said, the Lagosians say, yeah, that you go become governor, and he became governor. Those who are afraid of Igbo presidency are the ones that are dividing Nigeria. That's the truth. The division, the agitation, both Oduduwa agitation and Biafran agitation, they are the ones that created it. When you stare injustice on the face of a child, the child will grow one day to stare justice on your face. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that words of wisdom. Kanatoko bashes Gowon that because he is an illiterate, that was the reason why he didn't understand the agreement of Aburi Accord. But instead, his greed for the oil that was newly found in the old southeastern region was the reason why he killed over 3 million persons. What's your reaction?
Yeah, thank you for that wonderful question to you. I think from my own perspective, Gowon was being used by the Fulani oligarchy then to keep one Nigeria alive. Knowing fully well that I see the interest of one Nigeria, the interest that is keeping one Nigeria till date now is still the oil. Today, let's see if everybody goes pathway, what will become of them? So that is why they are doing everything possible to keep the south, the west, and the north in unity for their own selfish interests. And then this is what Ojukwu foresaw, that he said, let every region go their separate way, so that every region could use their own natural resources, can at least enrich themselves. But rather, the north have become a parasite. since the inception of what amalgamation. But the question is that what were they doing before amalgamation? Were they not living in their own region? But what I think one of the trouble like that is happening today is the forceful amalgamation in which the British government orchestrates this movement, and now it has caused more hardship, poverty, pain on the people. But one of those things was that the Aburi Accord that was being signed in Ghana was just an avenue to create room for a system of government, no secession. But Gowon was being deceived by from Fulani cabals then. So that was so you know, a man who was an illiterate.
So you agree it was an illiterate?
He is now.
You don't understand the context of the
See,
agreement.
one thing is you might be educated and still be an illiterate in some area. So the one does not understand the context of what that Aburi Accord stands for. But he thought it would serve as an avenue for the Igbos to exit the country. And then being the president, being the former military head of state, he cannot watch Nigeria disintegrate. Not fully aware that, and then that time was when the oil boom. Nigeria just discovered oil in our economy, and there was oil boom selling to the Western world, Europe, and then all other countries in the world. So by that fact, he knew that if he should let the Igbos go, automatically Nigeria would be so doomed. So that was why he did everything possible. And let's not forget that Gowon shouldn't have won the war if not for the help of Awolowo that told him, this is Yangu. You cannot be fighting people and still be giving them food. So the Yorubas too connived to stop Ojukwu then. The Yorubas too connived too, because if not for him, Ojukwu has I think according to history, his military men has barricaded Benin. It was
Benin Road.
Yeah, about entering the west before Awolowo said you have to stop them, and that idea helped the one. So Awolowo too was doing it for his own interest. Have you forgotten? They are doing it for their interest. Today is our family not the highest shareholder of the Coca-Cola. If Nigeria has succeeded and Coca-Cola product is everywhere in the nooks and crannies of Nigeria, won't that be a shortage to him? And to some other things attached to it. So I think Awolowo was deceived, and then again, see, it is very easy for you to be deceived, but it is one thing for you to sit down and make decision on your own. He also do that for his own selfish interest. Knowing fully well that being the military head of state, if he lets the Igbos go, there will be nothing for him to gain, because that was an avenue for him to cash out. So he was ready, willing to go extra mile to keep Nigeria in one unity, and that one unity has boomerang now. Both the east, both the south, the west, they are all tired. You saw how the Igbos were lashing with Obi by calling Gowon an hero. The Igbos are not saying Obi is doing that because of his 2027 bid. Hopefully that the Fulani might support him come 2027 presidential election. But my take is that Gowon should not be happy. Gowon killed over 3 million of the Igbos, and his blood, he have to pay for that. And after the civil war ended, Gowon was going about to come into churches. There was this program, Pray for Nigeria. It was basically coming to Ayobo, Deeper Life Camp, to pray for Nigeria then. That was what history said. Still, is Nigeria united? After the civil war, after killing over 3 million people, coming to Ayobo, Lagos, to pray for the unity of one Nigeria. Till then now, is Nigeria united?
So we can say that Gowon is actually the originator of the Nigerian disunity.
It is, because if you are allowed everybody done go their ways, no, you know who you should help responsible if your region is underdeveloped. I can easily because since you saw if there is anybody that you call the hero of democracy, should be Obasanjo. OBJ in 1963 he paved way for military for democratic elected government, and then in 1999 again he was being called upon to usher us into a democratic settings. So if the democracy that is called the hero of Nigeria should be Obasanjo. Shagari, see at that point if he has refused that election would not be held as military dictator, nobody will hold him. We just decree anybody that wants to obstruct that decree will be put in jail. Not Gowon. You see, IBB today they are part of self-feather. Gowon today, look at what he said. He said he regrets fighting that civil war. That was what he said on Saturday.
Thank you very much for that brilliant submission.